Okay, what's the plan, Stan? The intention of this video is to show you how I answered and how I personally thought about the questions that I'm asking you to answer. And where this video is going to live is on the next page. It's going to be right here. And what I'm asking you to do is to just hit submit. In a minute, this video is going to be planted right here. I just want you to hit submit. I don't want you to go back and edit your answers. I just want you to hit submit. And if you want, you can fill out a second response, and I would just title it Nate second response when we're back on this side. When I'm asking for your name, just hit Nate Johnson second response. If you want to put in an updated answer after you hear what my answers and how I thought about it. But I don't really want you to copy what I do. I just want to see what you do. So that's why I'm making this after the fact, so you're not watching it before, you're watching it after. But these were my answers to the questions. You already know what the prompt is. You've already seen the video that's going to end up being here in a second, or maybe you skipped it, and power to you if you skipped it. This was the answer to my first question. And part of what I did is you could take your phone and talk into your phone. I like to do that a lot because I'm better at talking than I am at writing. But what side gigs or businesses have you personally thought of starting or actually started? My answers were Nomad, Unit Coffee Roasters, TCG Design with the retro media furniture side of it, TCG Design with the Kitchen Specialist side of it, Nomad Outdoor Adventure version 1. I created Nomad Outdoor Adventure version 1. Nomad, my new iteration of how Nomad is supposed to run, is to teach the parents how to shepherd their children. Consulting, I've thought lots about consulting. Some other things I thought about that I didn't actually type in was Keith and I have talked a ton about Airbnb stuff. We've talked a lot about weird bathroom stuff. We've talked about so many different things. I've got tons and tons and tons of stuff that could be listed here, but I wrote down here lots and lots more half-baked ideas. That's why I wrote that. But down here on the next section, what business ideas excite you the most? I wrote Nomad, and I would say this is the second iteration of Nomad. And the Retro Media Furniture Company are the two ideas that I've ever come up with that I'm like, that's fun, and I would love to do that. And I put this little note down here in the bottom. Some small ideas become part of bigger ideas. A lot of my small ideas are a part of one of these ideas. So anyways, those are my answers to the first two questions. The next two questions is what work gives you energy and what drains you. I think this is an interesting question. I think it's a little bit harder of a question to ask because it requires more self-reflection. Maybe you're good at self-reflection, maybe you're not. I feel like I'm really not. But I'm working on it. I'm trying to get better at it. But what I wrote, what gives me energy, is solving problems, teaching, designing, selling, leading, serving customers. And my explanation for it. And to be honest, I just went right here and I just used this little voice thing to answer these last two questions. But the first answer I gave for what gives me energy is I gave a lot of answers, and some things that I actually love doing is teaching and designing systems to build and thinking through how to actually set those things up to be better and more productive. I think I'm good at solving problems, but I actually like to just brainstorm solutions to problems and then have somebody else actually go and execute on those solutions. I think I'm pretty good at selling, especially if I can figure out what a person's problem is and come up with an actual solution to their problem. It's super easy for me to sell. I love helping people. I love serving customers. So I would say those things that actually energize me. Again, I just hit the record button here and I didn't even look at the answer. I just talked for a minute, and it's not really, the grammar isn't right. The actual, I just didn't spend that much time on it. I spent probably a total of 3 minutes on those two questions. And again, this question, what drains you? I did not think too hard about it, but I put building systems, the actual building of the systems and following through on that. I'm good at it, but it kind of exhausts me. And I do hit these mental roadblocks. Same thing with building physical things. I don't actually, I gave all of my explanation down here. And I wrote writing is something that drains me. My answer was, this is still a work in progress, and I'm still figuring out what I'm actually good and bad at. So some of these answers might be contradictory. I like designing the actual systems, but I don't actually like building the systems themselves. I like figuring out what it is that we need to accomplish, but I don't actually like building the actual thing itself. I don't really like doing the actual woodworking, but I love coming up with the right system to teach someone else how to do the woodworking. I don't actually enjoy the implementation of construction, but it's fun to think through how to do things more efficiently. I don't really like writing, and one way that I've overcome that is I'm pretty good at talking, and I can use my ability to talk extensively about a subject mixed with AI's capability to actually simplify my thoughts into something written. So those were my answers. Not really that, like, it's not that important. I mean, it's important that you answer it as honestly as you can, but it doesn't need to be perfect, is what my point is. Because I go like this, I hit submit. What's the plan, Stan? Your response has been reported. If you want, you can submit another response and answer all the questions again if you wanted to. But over here, now I've got this response reported, and this is the summary of Nate Johnson's response. So now I could copy all of this, and I might need to eliminate some of this. It looks like I can copy the chart. That's interesting. I can actually, I think I can link it to Sheets, but I don't know how to do all that yet. It's kind of beyond the point. But I can take that and I can actually paste something helpful into here, and then I can have it analyze the response to this and do that some other time. That's not what I'm going to do in this video because I'm already at 7 minutes. This is kind of long and not that important. So that was just a quick little description of how I responded to this form. In case you were interested, if it wasn't helpful, and it might not have been, hopefully you didn't really watch the whole video, but I will put that in the description that I write. So those were my answers to this questionnaire. What's the plan, Stan? That's that.